that was when I first got introduced to Walt, and then he agreed to be a panelist, and then I began attending the adult group of the Independent Socialist League, which, as I said, had been a part of the Socialist Party in the 30s, and then went to this Socialist Workers' Party, and then came out as the something or other. They're the ones that put out Labor Action, then became the Independent Socialist League, and then went back into the Socialist Party. About 59, I think. But anyway, Walt was a member and the chairperson at one time of the Independent Socialist League here. And again, it was one of the early ventures into civil rights where he became a sort of known figure. I mean, nobody at that time would have realized that he would have become a civic leader, as he did become in years to come. And he and some others of us formed a Congress of Racial Equality chapter here in '57.
So you helped co-found that?
Yeah, and then circumstances led to its breakup, and it reformulated in the '60s. Like Walt, I guess, got a scholarship to get his master's in social work at the University of British Columbia, so moved up there for a couple of years. When I got a chance for a job in child welfare as opposed to general welfare in Bremerton, my family and I moved there. We tried to get a core chapter going there, a really multiracial one, including Native Americans and Filipinos, Asians, whatnot. But the chapter in Seattle sort of fell apart without Walt's leadership here. And so it sort of reformulated when he got back, and many of the initial members, both in the aborted attempt in the late 50s and in the early 60s, were former Church of the People members. So Walt and I visited him when I went up to Vancouver. He'd become a hockey fan. Briefly, I think, only. But so when he came back to Seattle, he again served as chairperson of the Socialist Party. The Independent Socialist League had folded into that by that time. And so he and I had good cooperative relationships, and sometimes conflict-filled relationships over the next 40 years.